Well, good afternoon. We are at the studio today to give a talk about inspiration. And as I'm walking up to this beautiful looking, abandoned looking building, look at, I guess we got tagged. Oh, there's the studio. That scared me. All right, let's get started here. Ooh, and there's drums going on. Sweet. Hello, studio. A little messy. My drummer is rehearsing with us tonight and needed to load his drums in this morning. And so he came in, did the whole thing. All right. Hopefully it's not too loud with these drums going on. Let's see how the microphone sounds. So I got this sunspot right here. I might put like the text across my boobs for this one. I don't know. Okay, hey. So today we're going to have a talk about inspiration. Inspiration is something that I think there's a lot of misconceptions about, and I would like to give you my 2 cents about what inspiration is and how to find inspiration. Obviously, I'm a creative person, so this is going to be more geared towards creative stuff, but I mean, you can also kind of consider the fact that inspiration can come in many different forms. So, I guess, why does inspiration suck? Let's start that, because inspiration is... I gave a talk last week about motivation and discipline. And inspiration is pretty much the creative way of saying, I'm motivated, right? I'm motivated to start. Well, obviously motivation doesn't always come. And so the same is true for inspiration, right? If we are constantly looking for inspiration to start projects, it's the same exact thing as saying I'm waiting for myself to be motivated to start this project. You're doing nothing but procrastinating being creative, and isn't being creative the best thing ever? So why are you waiting for the inspiration? It doesn't make sense to me that somebody can say I'm waiting to be inspired and not do anything with their creative energy, right? Because when you have inspiration, when you really, really and truly are inspired to create something, you don't wait for it, you do it. And a part of this is discipline, right? A part of this is just saying I'm right, I want to create this, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do it. But the other half of being creative isn't just doing the work, it's being emotional about that work and actually bearing your soul and putting everything that you know into your work, right? Everything that you feel, everything that you have. And so if we're waiting to be inspired, aren't we just waiting to feel? Are we waiting for our emotions to kick in? Because if we're waiting for our emotions to kick in, well, we're in for a bad time, because we all feel something every day. Every single one of us feels something. We're emotional throughout the day. But I hope that most of us are emotional on this level. We kind of wave around here. But every now and then we get, big spikes of emotion, whether up or down. And to me, that's what I feel like people are waiting for when they say they're waiting to be inspired. They're waiting for these big moments where they have this inspirational emotion. And if we wait for these spikes, chances are we're going to be distracted by whatever is going on in our life. So we're not actually going to be invested in what we're creating, right? We're going to be distracted. We're going to be distracted by these highs and these lows. And we have to remember that inspiration is a gift. It's a moment of clarity. It's a moment of pure, like just pure creative clarity. There's nothing else like it. And when it happens, like I create a song in minutes. I start it, I know exactly what I want to do. My fingers know right where to go. And all of a sudden, there's a new song in front of me. Out of the Shadows is that way. It was like just this moment of like, I just felt a certain way about what I was going through, and the chords in the song just came. Most of the Out of the Shadows music was written in that way. It was a lot in the album. It was a point in time where I was going through these high moments and these low moments, and I needed just to get everything out. I was distracted though. Like I still have some of those really old recordings where I was looking back and I was just all over the map, right? We have to realize that this level of emotion can create so much as well. So when we do inevitably have these beautiful gifts of inspiration, right? All of a sudden now we're practiced in this discipline here, and we know what to do with these huge, enormous spikes of emotion. And we put our entire soul and our entire body into our art, our music, right? It's anything, our career. It can be anything. Inspiration is not just about art. And when we're in this period, right? When we're in this, like just kind of going through the paces, we have a perfect time to practice, experiment, and play, and start trusting ourselves to open up to our inner self and share these emotions with others. Like today, it's a beautiful day. The sun is starting to hit my face and ruin my beautiful camera lighting here, and I sat out in the park today. I had my lunch, and I felt happy. I felt content. I felt calm. That's emotion. That itself could be created into a song. I'm not inspired to create a song about that moment. Maybe I am now after talking about it, but that moment in time, if I were to sit down and say, God, I just felt so good today. I want to create how I felt. That's the practice. That's the creative discipline. That is coming into the studio every single day and saying, I'm going to write an idea. It doesn't have to be a fully fleshed out idea. It can be anything. But I came in and I wrote a piece based on the emotion that I felt in a very, very calm way. So these moments of inspiration, right? This clarity that you can achieve by practicing and by coming in and creating whenever and about whatever. These moments are the things that give your gifts of inspiration so much more weight. I love Coldplay, and I want to just say, if Chris Martin had a moment of inspiration, he could do so much more with his songwriting than I could. And that's simply because he's practiced. He's written probably thousands of songs, and probably thousands of them have been thrown away, never to see the light of day, right? But the songs that people know and sing and love didn't come because he waited for that inspiration. He found it in that moment. And he was practiced enough to push those songs and bring them up to a level that sound like they do, right? Coldplay is one of the biggest bands in the world. So practicing, right? Practicing anything, it does not have to be about, like creating a song, like you're going to sit down and create a song. Practicing helps you give weight to this inspiration. And the biggest thing that we want to do when we practice is remove expectation. Because if we're starting to expect something of ourselves, like creating and finishing a song when we sit down to write about the time that I was sitting at the park today, we're not growing, right? We're not trusting ourselves to find our inner self. We are simply going and setting a goal for ourselves and creating that goal. But music and creativity is about the freedom of expression. And so if we allow ourselves to make mistakes and try new things and go to a new chord progression that you've never done before and you realize sounds terrible, something might happen where you go to the next chord and realize that that chord in the middle was actually a passing chord and you've never done that before, and suddenly you've got a new technique that you know, and all this was done through just the act of experimentation, right? If we haven't practiced these mistakes, if we don't know what we're doing with the music, when moments of inspiration come, we're going to just default to the things that we already know. So finding inspiration is about practice. It's about starting from scratch and making mistakes and doing what you need to do to create, right? It's about discipline. It's about sitting down and actually just doing it. Because the less you do it, the more bland your stuff gets. So I wrote an article on Medium, and I outlined this whole talk. And I want to read a quote from Medium, but I have to take you over here. Okay, this is my studio. See, these are the windows. So, what did I say here? Oh yeah, I want to read you this last little line here. So, the gift of inspiration will come when we least expect it. When we have that inspirational moment of creative clarity, anyone can create something, but only those who are practicing this discipline can create something magical. All right. Well, that's all I got for you today. I will see you hopefully next Thursday. I'm really trying to be disciplined about this, as these last two videos have alluded to. If you want to read the article, it is on Medium, and follow me on Twitter or Facebook. I post on Instagram every now and then, but it is what it is. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.